In 4 years, John Mayasich turned the Gopher record book into his personal diary, setting standards for points and goals scored that still live today.
Let me start with Doc Romness, who was my coach as a freshman. And I hadn't known Doc. I knew he played for Toronto, I think, in the Blackhawks. He was born in White Bear. And the quietest guy, nicest guy. And I remember in the fall, before we had ice, he had us up in the football stadium in the concourse and stick handling pucks on concrete, and you're kind of saying, what the hell are we doing this for? But no, the guy was a good or a great coach is somebody that doesn't only tell you how to do it, but he can show you how. And that was Doc Romness. John came in my sophomore year, and John was more of a defensive, perspective and position play. But John was the type that I don't think I ever had a discussion with him. You wanted to play for him and give all you got. And he was right in the game with you. I think growing up in Everett, we were fortunate. We had the mining industry. A lot of poor families. My father worked in the underground, 11 of us. Back then, there's no television, no computers. We didn't have a car. So what do? You come home from school and you're out on the playground, on the street. And it wasn't just hockey. People think when you started early and played, all your life. But no, I loved baseball, basketball, football, all of the other sports. It wasn't, hockey was a seasonal thing. When I graduated, it'd be the summer or fall of '55, we started training. The '56 Olympic team started training in late '55. Maruch was a coach, and then had an exhibition schedule around the States and went over to Europe, played a few games. We had about 10 Minnesotans with Maruch and Bob Ritter as the managers, so they were all familiar, and we had played with them or against them, so we had a great team. It was a talented team. But in Cortina, Italy, we played on outdoor ice, and it was just like we played all our life in Everett. You had floodlights, but it was black. But I think the big wins, the ones you remember, are the ones where you're really an underdog, like playing Canada in '56 or even in '60, playing the Russians. You really have to have passion. You have to want to do it. Practice, work hard, train, and look in the mirror at the end of the game and say, boy, I busted my arse. And I did as well as I could do.